Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am Sean Anderson, Most Valuable Podcast. Alongside me is Brandon Swanson. Today, we are previewing the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And Brandon, why don't you give your keys for the Falcons and give your keys for the Panthers, and ultimately give these people the prediction of the game.
Well, the Carolina Panthers looked so bad last week, so out of sync. Cam Newton didn't look like himself. I mean, getting sacked in the end zone for a safety, that's not Cam Newton-esque. He couldn't find Kelvin Benjamin. That was bad. He really couldn't find Greg Olsen either. I mean, nothing was going well. The only thing that went well was probably the running game, and they didn't even get a whole lot out of there. So for Carolina right now, it's find that offense again. It's find that up-tempo offense that they had last year. And I know that Kelvin Benjamin's back now, but find Ted Ginn. I mean, he's your deep threat. You got to try and find him, and nothing really seems to be going right now for Carolina. And Carolina fans will say, Brand, well, what do you mean? You know, we won to open. Well, you didn't win to open up the season. You won game 2.
You lost to two good teams.
But yeah, you did. But at the same time, Carolina, wanting to show they're still a good team, has to win those games. Mm-hmm. They didn't look good against Minnesota, though, at all. So they've really got to get that back on track. I think that starts with the offense. But they need to find this defense again that was, that's supposedly so good. And I know that the loss of Josh Norman is something, but it's not everything, certainly. On the other side, for the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta fans, you can tell me to go F myself. That's fine. Because actually Atlanta's been playing much better. And I think it's because of this running game that they found. And I think a big part why I was counting Atlanta out was because I didn't think they were going to have a running game. I didn't think Devonta Freeman was going to be doing what he did last season by far. But at the same time, I didn't think Tevin Coleman was going to come on the way that he has. Tevin Coleman, paired with Devonta Freeman, has been outstanding, especially the last couple of weeks. So Coleman, Freeman, that combination, they got to continue to keep that going, because if Matt Ryan struggles just a little bit, go to the ground game, those two guys are there consistently. In this one, I'm going to go with a little bit of an upset. I'll say that the Atlanta Falcons will get the win in a close 33-30 victory.
That's bold there, Brandon. That is very bold.
I know, and I know I picked them to lose in the preseason.
Yeah.
I know I did.
And it's something that we haven't really seen, a running game for Atlanta, really since Atlanta was at the top, going up against Green Bay in the playoffs a couple of years ago. We haven't really seen a true running game from Atlanta since they really had Michael Turner, but now really with Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman being consistent, obviously we can see their offense kind of coming around. And I don't think it's too crazy to pick Atlanta the way that Carolina looked last week, I'm sorry, but still, I mean,
and the way that they've been putting up points. Yeah. I mean, 35 and then 45 respectively. And and it's against, I know, an Oakland Raiders team that they played a lot better defensively last week. Oakland did, but still,
statistically,
and then against the Saints, who are bad, they put up 45 points, but still, you're putting up a lot of points.
Yeah. Anyways, tell us what you think of Brandon's prediction down below. Is it really that bold? Do we think we're just overhyping it? Are the Carolina Panthers even that good? Tell us in the comments down below. Also in the description, you could check out our Twitters. Even check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. If you want to see Bubble Wrap Friday, that's where you're going to try to make it happen there at patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. But for Brandon Swanson, I am Sean Anderson, and we will see you next week.
Next video. Next week. We'll still see him next week.
Well, maybe they're Carolina fans.
You're right. We'll still see him next week.